Can you?
Yes. We have been already live, you know?
Hang on a second.
We have been live already.
Or
not?
Yeah, we're live now.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
we just went live right now.
All right. Great. Great. We are alive. Live and alive.
Yeah, live and alive. Let me double check. It's always good to double check. Hang on. Internet.
Check it as well.
My internet's a little bit fuzzy.
Fuzzy?
Fuzzy.
Fuzzy, it's good.
Let's see. Tzveta DaVinci. Tzveta DaVinci. Where is she? There you are. Yeah, we got 13 people in the house.
Hello, hello, hello.
All right. Katie Indicrow, Lean's in the house. Desley Lineker, John Montgomery, Diane Richards, Johan Gravel, Jenny Catron. So, all right. 21 people now. All right. Yeah. So this is our third broadcast of the day. This is the first time Soulogy One and the Da Vinci Spirals have gotten together in quite a while. And we go back over a year ago. We go back. And as many people know, we had quite a year. I met you because you reached out to me. Let me just turn my phone off. You reached out to me in the fall of 2017, and you did a reading for me, and then we did a show.
The Da Vinci Spiral, the Da Vinci Spiral activation, yes.
Yeah, you did a Da Vinci Spiral reading for me, and then in I think December, early December, late November, we did a couple of shows, and then somehow or another, I was in the middle of nowhere, and you invited me to your home, you and Lori, and I've been there, I believe, 4 times since then. We had an incredible year in 2018. And with many, many different things that came up in our lives, we shared together, the transition of Christian, the Divine Conscious Union of Morgan and Todd, which was your first Doctor of Divinity ceremony. We had an event with Christian in New Jersey in June. So many things have happened in our lives personally, as so many of us, of our brothers and sisters out there. And now we are in 2019, and it's interesting because you moved to Miami on January the 1st of 2019.
Yes. Yes. It has been an absolute ride. And this is what we are going to share tonight. And you're in and out.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. And that's what I love about you. May I say, my beautiful beloved sister, that, and you helped me with that too, is to be open and honest and raw and just keep going, and just keep going, knowing that we're receiving communication from infinite intelligence, the you, me, we, and it, and to have faith in that and to keep moving forward into the unknown, which is where the gold is, behind our fears. So yes. How are you doing? How's Miami treating you? Where are you at?
Boy.
What's happening?
I'm I landed and I call it landing. A lot of people have been calling me for many years that I'm the luckiest. And I will argue with this. I'm not the luckiest. I have the attitude. It's an attitude. And it appears from outside that things happen for me. But behind the scene, there's enormous work that I do, energy work. It's enormous. It does not appear. And I've been sharing my life, my process here on Facebook, and I thought you have kind of popped the volcano, and it's like you helped me to come here like a year, like October when we met. It's thank you to you that with your work that you're doing, incredible, giving me permission through your work to be myself. And this is how it's spreading the virus of being authentic. And so many things to share. So yes, behind the scene. I want to talk behind the scene. When something appears from outside, it is very easy, very effortlessly. Yes, it is, but it's an attitude. It's a whole background that I operate on the base of a background. That it's work. It's work that I turn it into play and has become my state of being. And it's practicing the new way of being in this world, practicing of the new energy, because it takes time for us to catch up with the energetic waves. And for me, the whole process, the true conscious part has started 30 years ago, actually 29 years ago, with the falling of the Berlin Wall. This is where I was thrown into a cold water, or my whole life was stirred to the brink. And this is where my conscious journey starts. So I'm bringing tools, like 29 years experiences around 4 continents. I'm just gonna say this, just like a little introduction to people that don't know me. And I've been working with people around the world, and I've been collecting tools for joyful transformation. This is my passion. My voice, it's changing here. It's another shift that is happening with me. It's a deeper shift. And I've been through many shifts, and each one is very different. And I want to talk tonight about the process, the grinding, the parts of this process that we are all going through. And you can join me in the process.
You made reference to, you're getting, I don't know what you said, you're getting used to, or you're getting accustomed to the new way, which
yes.
is let's talk about that.
Okay.
That resonates. What is that? I think I am too, but I don't even know what the hell it is. You know, it's like you have 2 steps up and 1 back, you know.
It's like, first feels like you're stretched. You're stretched. 1 foot is in the hole, and then another foot doesn't know where even to step, or you're stepping somewhere. It's like you're a stretch, you're in between. And this in between, it's been for many people uncomfortable. It's like this is one part of you, the older part, the security, the comfort, the knowing. And the other part, I call it even it's not this year, it becomes unknowable. It's not even unknown. It's unknowable. It shifted. And I work with this is how I approach you with the Da Vinci spiral. This is my chart. And I work with this, and it's been teaching me so many things. It's like we are shifting the gear. We've been in this circular motion, and the spiral, the concept of the spiral, it's like where the energy was shifted. November, December, January. It's like this from the very recent shifts. The biggest shift, there's a big waves that go from 1987 was the first wave of consciousness that come and shifted many countries. I'm talking about the communists, and this was a big shift. I was on the first line, and it was hit like boom, face. And now looking back, and I'm just here to confirm for you that was the best things happening to me. was the best things happening to me, losing everything. But what we are losing, it's losing the idea, the illusion of losing the lies. We are losing more lies. And if somebody feel that they are losing their mind, you're losing jobs, you're losing houses, you're losing relationship, you're losing whatever you think you're losing, because there's no loss ever, because we are pure energy. And the energy, when it feels like loss, for me now means only one thing: expansion. Expansion. So I'm here as a living confirmation that on many level, like losing, but I'm using this word in a very different connotation. We are shifting, we are expanding, we're losing the shit. With excuse my French.
So after all you've been through this past year, so you're saying that when we're uncomfortable, be it for a moment or a morning or a day or a month, there is an expansion that's coming with it, that comes with it. Yes. And so also to hit on what you said too, going back to my first comment on your comments, you said that we're stretched. We've got one foot on the 3D and one foot in the unknown, which we're thinking is the 5D.
Yes.
And then now we're removing that other foot from the 3D. That's where you're at. That's where you're at today. And I haven't even talked to you about this, but I can see it in you.
I just removed the other foot on the first.
So what is
that?
On
the first.
What does that feel? What does that feel like?
It's scary. It's scary, and I have one checkpoint that I have made for me, and I've worked with a lot of people, and I always will say this: when your excitement gets bigger than your fear, you're gonna be moved. And you stay there and you're stretched, but it's what actually is happening. The expansion pushes through your own limitation, it's like a bulldozer going through a very hard something. This is the faster you move, if you've been thinking about something, to move it, do it fast. And my grandmother, she used to say, if you're gonna make mistakes, do them fast.
Don't think twice.
Don't think twice, just do it. Just like move it. But the movement, and this is what the guidance of the spiral is, and this is not mine. Everything that I share, it's a collective knowledge. You did a show with somebody from Europe the other day, and it resonated deeply. Nothing is ours anymore. So all that I'm sharing, it's just reminding all of us what we already know. And it's an ancient knowledge. When our emotion, this is the water, and this is what I want to talk today as well, the process, it's here in the feeling state, in the water, in the feminine, in the underneath, this what it's been unconscious, it's arousing, and this feeling, it's pushing you to move, has to be inspired. In spirit, you open yourself and you allow the spirit to come and move you, and the move becomes you when you don't have any other option but to move. If we have too many options, we get dispersed. But when you have no options, you have no doubt anymore. This is the door. This is the door, and the door is gonna be shown to you through your excitement. if the excitement, and again, if the excitement is bigger than the fear, it's just you're gonna move. And much more in this process, much more. And it's kind of the same process, yet for each person it's very, very personal, very individual, because we come, we have the same essence, but we come with different gifts, different challenges to conquer here. Our challenges are not the same. We sign for different challenges, but the process, the mechanic.
What do you do in those? I had a very human morning. What do you do in those human moments in 2019? After all we've been through, after all we've been through and everything we've done, and we do all deserve some credit and need to give ourselves that honor and that reverence and love and credit for showing up and getting it done, and yet we still have these human moments. You can call it the pole shifting, you can call it, you know, a magnetic storm, you can call it the universal energy. Yeah, but what do you do, Tzveta DaVinci,
if somebody
when in those human moments, when it's just you and the universe and you're feeling human, vulnerable, and raw?
You scream and you say, fuck that. You express yourself, whatever arises, being anger, being what you feel it and you express it. And now there's a lot. I'm just giving you the first reaction. If somebody steps on your toes, you scream. It's a very natural organic thing. But the society, the conditioning, our behavior, we have to behave, we have to be this, we have to, you suck it in and you hold that pain. If somebody steps on your toes, you scream. So that's like the initial things. And then you breathe. And then you breathe. I always go back to the breathing. And yesterday I shared very powerful, life-saving, and this is how everything is shifted. And it's shifting that it's instead of starting, and it's all this new age, it's becoming conditioning. I don't know if anyone has feel it, be calm, be on. The meditation is losing, or the practices are losing the grip, like we are. It's been like a little walker to walk. Now we really, truly, we have to lose all these practices, because the practices are becoming too, they're becoming the opposite. And I will tell you the technique that it's completely opposite, and I don't need you to take it as a word, but to experience. Instead of breathing in the light and breathing out the shirt, everything has shifted all around. So you see something is not working around you, you breathe in sadness, the anger, because our hearts, and this is where we are now, in the heart space. The heart space is the most transformative power that it can transform. This is what we came here to transform, this reality, not to come here and say, oh, how amazing. No, we came to shift that. We chose this, we signed for this, especially on the first line. So if we see something is not working, we breathe in, and it's, excuse my language, breathe in the ocean that is going on around us. And you hermetically seal it as the hermetics, as the ancient, and you extract the essence and you breathe out love. That's what has shifted as an understanding of the new way of being. And at first it's very shocking, but we are the one that we are transforming this. And we are, it's very easy to go and breathe the shit out. Oh my God, I'm using such a strong language tonight. I'm very passionate. Okay,
So
I want to make a point.
Instead of bringing it in and breathing it in and breathing it out, you're breathing out love as opposed to.
Yes,
yeah.
We are not dumping our stuff anymore on the environment, around us. We, as masters of consciousness, if we pretend we are in our heart, we have to step into the heart in full force, unconditionally. This is what it comes very strong for me as a attitude. Attitude is everything. And this is what I guide people, the 3 simple steps on the Da Vinci spiral. It's become very personal as well. Whew. Yeah. It for me got very, the intensity of the focusing of what it's, everything is being, how to say, not taken away. Everything that has been, it's not even distraction or undistracting. Everything that is not serving what I came to do, it's collapsing. It's melting. It's disappearing. People are disappearing. People are angry with me. I'm pressing a lot of people's buttons. And this is what I've been practicing, to hold this space. It's okay. The more people you pissed off right now, this means only one thing. You're shifting. You're changing. If a lot of people like you, this is a space of a great turbulence and working with our own stuff.
Stagnation.
So it's for us to hold, to be comfortable when somebody is angry with us, to be comfortable when we are in our truth. And it's practicing, and it's getting easier.
To be comfortable in your own skin.
Yes. This is what I've been doing here for the last 10 days. It's been very, and I want to compare this, the whole process of going into a new house, because I created for me a place actually. In December, I was here visiting Miami. I didn't know what I'm going to do yet. And I knew I had to start moving, yet I didn't know how. And I just put intention, wouldn't be lovely to stay here in Miami without signing contracts, because it's very expensive and you have to sign a lease for a year. And the moment I said it, 15 minutes later, the neighbor, and this complex, what is amazing, it's a very old complex, and the rent, it's extraordinarily cheap for South Beach. It's like beyond cheap. It's like very affordable. And I said, wouldn't it be lovely just to be able to stay for 3 months here and to explore this place if I like it. 15 minutes later, the neighbor girl, she walked down. I haven't told her anything. And she said, I wish somebody could take over my apartment because I want to go and travel. She's from New Zealand. Boom. I said, I'm your girl. I'm sent for you. So we were put together in this time, and this is not a luck. This is how intention works. When it comes from purity, and we don't need to do anything. We are here, we are directing the ship. We're the captain of the ship, and we just keep the course. And there are mechanics, and there's all these mechanical things that turn the ship. The captain doesn't go and work with all the details. And this is where we are stepping into the full of trusting. And for me, this is a big thing that I have recognized. I have an incredible trust in the universe, in the energy that brought me here. And I believe it's very loving. It doesn't want to hurt me. It supports me always. Tzveta, and I recognize it since Christian transition. I could hear him. Tzveta, because he will call me Tzveta. Tzveta, whatever you want, whatever you say. And it's, oh my God. And it's, so.
Raquel Trevino was on yesterday, and she told a story about very similar to that. How she was going back to this hotel where she left something behind. I think it was her speaker, her wireless speaker, and she had asked them, "Do you have any other rooms?" And they said no. And when she got there, she said, "Do you have any other rooms?" They said no. She went out to her car and sitting in her car, and the lady came and knocked on the door and says, "Hey, by the way, I just had a cancellation. I have a room for you." And I can say the same thing without going into detail that Morgan and I have experienced since because it was on, I think, December 30th. You know, we came out of a situation, and less than an hour later, there was a manifestation of that's continued to manifest, that's continued to grow. And you said it a second ago, staying on that path, staying in that trajectory. That's what feels different to me. What feels different to me is this instant, I'm going to call it instant manifestation, which I don't even know if it has to be, in my experience, if it has to be something that you state specifically. It can just be an abundant reciprocation from the universe of the work you've already done. You know, like we didn't ask for a specific place, but in an hour it was presented to us, and it's grown from there. And
because we're not so
So how and I'm just asking rhetorically, how do we, all of us, I mean, it's almost, how do we maintain that space? How do we maintain that path? Yeah, because it seems to be that the biggest challenge is the uncomfortableness that comes with it, because it's atypical. It's not normal from where we've come from. It's magical, you know? And so there's a part of us that still has that other foot over there that's just left there in the 3D that's doesn't understand. It doesn't register. And maybe that's where the breathing comes in, and the 2 to 5 days comes in, as Morgan says, you know, and let the brain catch up.
Yes, and I will compare it with, it's a good question. I will compare it as you're moving to a new house, because I just moved to this house. It took me quite a while with the person that is in the place. I've been here like for a couple of days. And it's exactly like moving, exactly what we're doing. We're moving into a new house. Like what I'm experiencing physically right now is what we're collectively experiencing. We are stepping into a new house. Think of it, when you go to a new house, you still have, like, I still got my boxes stuff. In New Jersey, I moved with just suitcase and a half, and I moved here. So one part through the trip, you're still thinking about your stuff there. While I was packing my stuff, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The moment the plane came, the moment you're in the new place and you start to look around, do you know what? You immediately forgot what you have. So as you stay in the present moment, everything, it's here. The girl, she's got tools. She left me the whole house. It's furnished. It's a living house. It's everything, towels, sheets, dishes, everything that a house needs. It's here. And I was panicking in a way, like what I will need and what. And it's like, everything will be provided. So who takes care of the little birds? Who takes care of the animals? It's like, and staying in the present moment, it's like, it helps so much. It's like, stay, what is in front of your eyes? And it's like, what is the immediately? And this is a very moment-to-moment existence right now for a lot of us. We cannot make long-term plans. We cannot. So I don't know if this helped to explain it, like moving into a new house.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
This is exactly like the physical. It's exactly on an energetic. As you move into the new house, it's like that trip you take. It's gonna kind of clear your mind. That movement through. And we only need to know one step in front of us, nothing else. And I have done this quite a lot, jumping in truly into the unknown many times, from one continent to another continent. Even the first time when I jumped, I didn't even know the language. And I must tell you that it's everything that you need will be provided right there. Everything. And it's what I will recommend. Keep the excitement. Keep the wow. Keep the childish attitude of like playfulness. And it's like going on an adventure, on a roller coaster. Let's go and explore. Let's see something new. Let's see so that attitude, it's the energy that it's dispersing around you and creates even more magic. That's one thing to explain it.
Yeah.
How to.
I like that. Yeah, keep laughing. Keep the excitement. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, we get bogged down in what the hell's going on, what am I feeling, but think about the other side of it. I mean, we're over here in a place that doesn't align in 3D. There's no guarantee. There's no so-called stability from a 3D sense. There's no guarantee. You're in the same situation. You can spend your time thinking about what the hell am I going to do in 3 months, or look where I'm at right now in this moment. So
yes,
it's literally, it's moment by moment. Like you said, it's one thing at a time. It's like, even if it's something as simple as getting out of bed and walking to the bathroom, sometimes it's just one thing at a time,
It's the art of living dangerously. But when you walk through this door, I put for me intention in December, and I'm gonna show you. I put intention. I want to create spaces, and I walk into this to buy a journal, and I just saw this the artwork. It's like these circles, and I look at close, and I pick it up. And it's written, I need space. This is my journal as I'm starting this year. So as you go through the threshold, and the threshold, I'm like, this is where the waves are crashing. This is the threshold. As you go through the threshold, after that, I promise you, there's an enormous space opening for you. We've been in the mental prison. We're prisoners in the mental prison. And it's what a prisoner It feels when it at first goes, oh my God, but this is what we are getting out of our own mental prison.
Yeah.
And it's like a vastness. And that's why the spiral for me is a magical way, because it's expands. It's like, and it's become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I want to just, okay, I've got some idea what about the spiral and where I am right now on my own spiral, how I check in. If I remember, you're in the fire element. You entered the fire last year.
Three fires.
You have 3 fires right now, which is, it's like the spirit and the action, and this is the third stage of creation, how creation creates. And when we tune to our own personal spiral, we become more aware of what is going on with the backgrounds. My background right now is the water. And it's very interesting because the whole consciousness, it's dissolving this separation. It's I call it the flood of consciousness, and many other people call it this. The consciousness, it's literally flooding us. And if you think you are separating with somebody, actually now we are melting. And there's not a losing here. There's not failure here. I want to do a whole show on a failure, because so many people think they fail when they move away or they separate or something happens, and the failure effect hits. Oh my God. But it's something much more deeper. It's happening here. So this is the water and the fire. It's the male and the female. Fire goes up. It's a very masculine. Water goes down. These are like the central element, and then we have the supportive element, earth and air. So we collectively now we are merging these two to come in the heart, and this is creating the sacred union within ourselves first. So the masculine and the feminine, and just a speculation here. It's my kind of a thought process. I might be completely off but in the last century, there's so many, such a big wave of gays, people, women taking the masculine energy and men taking the female energy. This is a stage of evolution. This, for me, it's a first wave of consciousness melting. I don't know, I'm just living here with that. But it's just a concept that comes to me like, why this is happening. It's like so many men are feeling the female energy and so many women are feeling the masculine. It's a collective integration. But this is not the end, there's more. And it's like there's more to it. When we merge and melt, we're reaching to the original. I had to say it, original. The original state of being that we all know deep down that we are this not gender where and I suspect we will be able to switch this very easy in lifetime. I don't know. It's another story. But this is my point. It's the masculine and the feminine. This is one way to look the duality. This is one way. Then we look the duality light and dark. And when we've gone through our darkness and we go deeper into our darkness, the darkness becomes supportive. When we embrace our own darkness, the darkness starts to support you and shift you. It's like shift you to the light, to the opposite. I've got here.
So like the
like
so
the
like
heart.
like those human moments, the uncomfortableness, we can embrace that. And
like the heartbeat.
oh yeah.
Like the heartbeat when we are down. And it's good that you bring it. For me, it's been, there are always going to be challenges. They're always going to be uncomfortable. How we make okay ourselves when we are uncomfortable. And I had incredible something to share. I don't know if I shared. In South Africa, when I was living there, somebody stole my car. And I laughed. Yay, I got it stolen. You get excited. In the shop, in the antique shop in New Jersey, when somebody broke something, people like normally panic. Oh my God, I broke something. I was brought up from my mom. Every time I break something, she will clap her hands. And you met my mom. She will clap her hands and say, yay, something good is gonna happen. So, saying this, get excited when you have headache. Get excited when you break something. Get excited purposefully when you think something bad happened. And I promise you, immediately you shift the energy.
Mm.
It's a powerful tool.
That is powerful.
Yeah. Wow.
So you're spending a lot of time alone there?
Just the last 2 days. I've been dealing with a lot of things here. Now I'm collecting myself. I'm collecting the last 2 days. I turned this room into, I'm just going to show you, just have a pic here. I'm turning. I put all my work on the spiral. I'm putting it on the wall, like everything that I've been working with the spiral. I'm putting it. It's like this cases in the detective. They put a whole wall with things. I'm putting more pieces together, and I just find out a person. Actually, she's been doodling spirals while I've been doing my live shows. And she showed me something, and OMG, oh my God, amazing artwork. So I've been doing this cards, spiral cards, and it's the Da Vinci tarot cards that are 36 that I've been working with them. And I found my person. I found my person that is gonna do the artwork for the cards. So this is one project.
Another
the cards.
line.
I'm gonna pick a card for all of us.
You're gonna pick a card?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick a card for all of us.
All right.
Is there any question?
Pick one.
Gosh, I can't talk. Woo! The card is
number 5, fire.
Number 5, fire and air. Because through the spiral, how it works, it's like all the elements are present, but they're in dynamic relationship constantly. So sometimes we have too much of fire, or too much of earth, or too much of water. So the Da Vinci spiral, it shows you exactly how to balance it gives you the backgrounds. So the number 5, this card is the Hierophant. And this is the fiery, like if you think of the tarot. This is the step where 5 means change, shift, shaking it. 5, it's a gypsy number, it's movement. Fire and air, so these are the obstacles: fear of success, passionate action. So transmuting fears and old behaviors, learning from previous actions. So the past, something just to add about the past that I've been giving quite a lot. When we go back to the past, think you're driving a car. How many times we are looking back? So we live our life, if you imagine that you're driving the car and you're driving this car and you cannot drive the car and look like this. You definitely gonna smash yourself. So the past is only used as a reference point because it's very useful to acknowledge where have you been and to acknowledge yourself. So this is kind of the reference learning. By this stage, we recognize that I cannot read my own writing. Our own action is our own action are producing the results. What it's working, what is efficient, because it has to be effective. If we do something, even if everybody say, oh my God, this is D2, that things, but if it's not effective, why are we doing it? Yeah. It's like effectiveness, it's a measure of truth. This is what I learned. This is one of the 7 principles when I studied Hawaiian kahunas, the whole teachings and mastery of the shamans from the way you are in Hawaii. And this is effectiveness, it's pono. Pono, it's effectiveness, it's a measure of truth. How not to do things. Change of action. I'm reading the card. Aligning action with our mind, because air is mind, fire and air. Aligning our intention with our action. Creating soul expression. And yes, 5, it's like whatever 5 means to you as a number 5.
All right. We got that. Okay, so where do we go from here? How do we materialize? How do we manifest the magic?
I will even not call it manifesting anymore. I feel it's not even realizing. It's like we always been multidimensional. And all of us, we know it deep down, nothing new, we are multidimensional. We're not even creating anything anymore.
Right.
Everything is created from us, for us. It's created. It's here. It's like a big table. Everything, the dishes are there. We came here just to realize, to own it. It's like entering our kingdom. This morning I did a pause. It's time to stop begging and to pretend that we are beggars, but it's to claim our own kingdom. We are kings and queens, and it's kind of claiming it for ourselves, recognizing ourselves. And it's this, it's the self-worth, the confidence, this is what we've been. conditioning, and it's who am I? Like, of course, who you are, but not this ancient power that came throughout space-time for eons. Who we are, but not this incredible essence, energy in motion. Whew.
Well, you've shifted. There's no doubt about it. You have shifted.
And it's just, yes, just the beginning.
Happy for you. Yes.
So where now it's not even manifesting, I feel there's no end to our story because there's no beginning of our story. It's an infinite story. It's moment to moment. If you ask me this question, where now? In the moment, in the present moment, in the vertical force. We are entering the vertical. It's not even where, it's not when, it's not even, it's like how to enter this in the present moment, and I will call it even more correctly, in the center of your spiral. And this is what I go with people personally, how to, I do activation energetic, but then there's a work for people to start to connect their dots and to, this is your own book that it's the biggest book for each one of us that you can get all the knowledge. And then we're now in the center of our being, in the center of this multidimensional vertical reality where we can see everything. We can expand and see the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right on.
Mm.
Well, I enjoyed it. Thank you for coming on at short notice. We'll have to do it again soon next week or the week after. Get back on schedule.
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. You have a beautiful evening. Thank you for sharing with us tonight. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back tomorrow.
Yes.
Line up a few shows. I think we got 3 tomorrow. And we're just going to keep doing it. I'll see you again on the show soon. All right.
I see you. Lots of love to all. Thank you.
See you later.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.